Hi guys, and welcome to this week's Alakazam Video Blog.
Hello.
Hello.
You alright?
Yes, yeah, not bad. You alright?
Yeah, not too shabby.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Okay. Another week, another review show. We're going to be looking at some different stuff over the course of the show. Last week we did say that there were no Andy vs Harry challenges that had come in, but we obviously reached out to you guys and got the response that we wanted because we had several people email in with some suggestions.
Yeah.
So although we didn't announce it last week, we do actually have an Andy vs Harry challenge today, which Harry picked. So we'll come back to that a little bit later on. Harry, so we're going to take a look at a few things here.
Yep.
So I'll tell you what, let's have a look at this thing here first of all.
Oh.
Now for those of you that aren't in the know, this is not the memory game. This is Mark Spellman's The Gallery.
Yes.
Okay. This is the packaging that the Gallery deck comes in.
Yeah.
It says here the memory game because the whole point behind it is supposed to look like a deck that you would get from somewhere like W.H. Smith's or something like that.
100%.
I don't know if you agree with me here, but this is a fantastic bit of kit.
I literally do the most basic thing of it. It just gets such better reactions than if I was to do the same with a pack of cards.
Yeah, and the thing is that when the memory game, I'm doing it now. When the Gallery first came out, we sold out almost immediately. They really were selling very quickly. So it's been a little bit of time before they've been back in stock. They are currently back in stock, albeit that the first batch that we got through wasn't a limited number.
Yeah.
But they are certainly there at the time of this filming. And what makes the deck so good, hopefully this will be, it's an open one, this is good. What makes the deck so good is that you get lots of different images here. There are images that you have that are, they're all different shapes, colours, textures, numbers. It's a really mixed bag of photos here. Some are coloured, some are black and white.
And there is a lot you can do with them, obviously. But the thing I mainly use the Gallery deck for is I know in here there's a hot dog. So I'll find the hot dog. There is.
Yeah.
Good quality images as well. Look at that for a hot dog. It's almost like it's there.
Yeah. Don't eat it.
I know. So I'll get them to pick a random card. Yeah. And then I can reveal so much about a hot dog more than just a playing card. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not just red or black. It's not just clubs or hearts, spades, diamonds. You can talk about, I want you to imagine either you're tasting it or what senses it's using or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can go into a lot more detail for no more work.
Yeah, so what Harry's saying is that the imagery that's conjured up by that's ice cream. So the imagery that's conjured up by looking at ice cream, as opposed to think of the playing card that you've selected.
And then that leads itself, if they did get the ice cream, it leads itself to going, I want you to imagine a place you're sitting eating that, and you're getting a bit of mind reading for nothing. Like they're at a beach, obviously. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
So when the Gallery deck was first filmed, or the instruction videos were first filmed for this, I think there's 14 videos. There might even be
more than that. It's like 20, 24.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay. So in the time that it's been filmed, or was released, there have been lots more filmed to do with this, things that you can do with this. One important thing to realise is that this is a deck of cards. So if you have card effects like matching effects or prediction effects or card disappearances,
out of this world,
out of this world, those sort of things, they can be applied to this deck. So just bear that in mind. So not only are you getting imagery that you can play around with, but you're also getting a deck of cards that you can do things with that you would do with a normal deck of cards.
It is lovely, and as I said, there is so much you can do with it. And it's just, to be fair, it's something I have on me all the time, because if I'm not carrying my assassin, or if my phone's not on me or something like that, I've got a deck of them in my car in the middle bit, and it's basically because you can do such strong mind reading with that. It is crazy.
You also get some gaff cards in here as well, which is worth pointing out. So you can use those for effects as well. Check out the Gallery deck. This is back in stock and ready to ship now.
And if you do order the Gallery and get the memory game, it's the same thing. All right. The amount of phone calls we have about that is redonkulous. But wicked. Oh, they're also this batch is printed on new stock as well, so it feels a little bit more nice.
Excellent. Okay, so that's Mark Spellman's gallery. Check it out on our site now.
Sweet. What are we going to move on to?
I think we should have a look. Right, so on the way in this morning on the radio.
Yes.
I listen to Classic FM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a big classic buff, so I like Classic FM.
I like the talking of Radio 1, but it goes on a bit long. I'm a history.
Okay.
I like history, old school and anthems.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. Right.
Just showing my age by saying I like Classic FM, but there is some good music on there. And it was on there. The guy on the host of the morning show when I come in, he said that today was World Book Day.
Oh.
So I figured, what better opportunity to talk about a book? I know I try to every week. I try and wingle it in there somewhere. But I decided to choose a book that I thought people would like to be made aware of if they are not already made aware of it.
I'm interested to see what this movie is.
That is a very, very cool card revelation. There are some... This book, so my copy doesn't look like this. This is actually a pretty updated version, even though it's still published by Dover. This is quite a updated cover. My one is green, and it is falling apart because when I first started getting seriously into close-up magic, and especially card magic, it was one of the first serious card books that I purchased. So mine has been about for many, many, many years. And yeah, what can I say? It does teach you loads of great stuff. Expert card technique, to my mind, is a natural follow-on from something like the Royal Road to Card Magic. We've mentioned that a couple of times. If you are into books, if you're into card magic particularly, then this is definitely a book that you should have on your shelf.
I'm just can I quickly read the top little paragraph?
Yeah.
It says, if you have ever tried to do a card trick and failed, you know what it is like to be embarrassed. You may try and cover it up by doing a more difficult trick and fail again. The way out of this dilemma, however, is not immediate, but it is reliable. Do you want to read that word?
A surer mastery of technique.
Yeah, this means the proper instruction book and practice.
Yeah, and it is a very, very good instruction book. There is tons of great tips, hints, ways of doing particular sleights in here that I'm sure are covered in books like Card College as well. But even though that's said, you know, that maybe, for instance, the double lift, for example, is discussed in here. All right, that's going to be discussed in other works that you're likely to own or have read or whatever. But it's interesting to see the perspective that John Hugard and Frederick Brown have gone through just to describe what is in the pages of these books, or this book, sorry. So there are some brilliant things in here. There is a section to do with palming. There's a section to do with double lift, false deals, estimation, which there's not been a lot of work really done about. Just tons of stuff. 4-ace tricks.
I was at a gig with Theo, and he was doing a trick, and he knows the monocroft by heart, right? And some guy said, "Oh, can I shuffle the cards?" And it's like, "Oh, bloody hell," right? But because he knows and he's got a good toolbox, he got his card, palmed it off, shuffled. He got him to shuffle the cards and just add it back on again. Do you know what I mean? In that situation, to be fair, I wouldn't freeze, but I'd be like, oh, okay. I mean, I know what his card is. I'll probably just end up doing mind reading. But when you've got tools that you know, it's so easy just to go, yeah, fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, quite. And this is the thing. You know, a lot of magic books, they are resources that you can go back to and refer to constantly. So they're always giving you those tools to kind of work with in situations that may present themselves that you're not necessarily prepared for.
Yeah.
And there's certainly an abundance of that sort of thing in expert card technique. Things to look out for in here. The Merlin Lost Ace trick is in here. There is something called the Zingon table spread. The Zingon table spread by Lewis Zingon. Yeah.
No way, Zingon by Lewis Zingon.
Yeah,
that's fun.
So that's the guy's name. There's some stuff in here by Paul Rossini, by Di Vernon. There's just tons and tons of
my tattoo is based on Di Vernon.
Things in here. There's a section on rising cards, and also one section on here which I think is actually quite a neat little section. there's a flourish that's described in here. It also tells you about faro shuffles in here. So if you ever want to learn how to do a faro shuffle, there's some information about in here. And not only that, but if you're really into this sort of thing, it also gives you something called the chart of 17, and basically it's a set of charts that tell you what happens to certain cards during a faro shuffle. So if you're mathematically inclined, check out that.
God, yeah.
But one other thing that's described in here in the flourishes section is something called the interlock production, which was popularised and invented by Cliff Green. If you've ever watched Norm Nielsen do the thing where he holds the cards and he produces them one at a time between his hands like this, that's described in here. So worth checking out. A little bit of miscellany just for you to be aware of. But that is my that's my book of the day because it's World Book Day. So check it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Do people have to dress up on World Book Day? Is Noah dressing up?
He hasn't today. No.
Why?
I don't think they. Yeah, normally you would do, but I don't think they've only just gone back to school, so I don't think.
Really sad.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll come home tonight. I'll be dressed like I don't know, something out of the Gruffalo or something like that. Totally unbeknownst. What's that?
Yeah, just a little hairy
World
thing
Book
going
Day.
upstairs. Yeah.
Yes. So which would be Noah anyway. So there we go.
What a lad.
So yeah, expert card technique. Check it out.
So what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about that and then end on?
I think that now would be a good time for the Harry versus Andy challenge. What do you reckon?
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so let's go to the Harry versus Andy challenge. This came in from Phil Craven. I had to get that right. All right, I'm very conscious. I've got it written down here that I had to get Phil Craven right because last time I called him Paul Craven and we do have a Paul Craven and that was just confusing. So Phil Craven sent us in a lovely little email and he said, I can't remember if this has been suggested previously, but how about performing your go-to impromptu the fact that you're ready to perform with no notice? So if you're somewhere and someone says, oh, you're a magician, go on then show us a trick. What would you do? What would you do?
Oh, is that not?
That was a question.
Guys, can I quickly just say one thing as well?
What's that?
Because I did read a review on the vlog last week.
Yeah.
And the reason why I done a PK Touch video is because I feel like you would get more from it seeing what it's like with a crowd.
Right. Okay.
If I do it to a magician, but I felt like if I done it to a magician, then you know what's going on really.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
Just thought I'd let you know. That's why I am putting effort in, guys. I'm not trying to escape it. I'm just letting you know. I thought you'd get more. But anyway. The stuff I would go to, okay?
Yes.
I haven't just crammed my wallet full of stuff. This is genuinely in it. I just went and got it from my bag. So, in here, I have got Arsenal membership card. That's not a magic trick. Sorry.
Do you even use that?
Classic. Right, so, do you want to know what I've got in there? So, I do DFB.
Right, yeah.
So I've got one of these, which is something you were selling at Blackpool.
Right.
Okay. Which is cool. Just take a photo of someone. All you need is a phone and this.
Yeah.
Very easy. Yep. Obviously, PK Touch.
Yeah.
You don't need nothing for that. What do you need for that?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. Oh wait, do you need loops? Nope.
No.
So, but there is one with loops, which I can do sometimes.
Yeah. But you don't.
I don't do that one.
Yeah.
I also have these bad boys, which is Common Sense. All right. They're all mixing.
Great effect.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
It is wicked and it's super duper easy and powerful as well, you know.
Yeah.
I do this one a lot and it's always good because most of the people that ask me are either really young, well not really young, like my age, or elderly.
Yeah.
Right? So this is great for both because you can kind of do more of a serious thing with the younger ones. But then elderly, if you do it to an old lady, she's like, ooh. Do you know what I mean? It's quite nice.
Yeah.
And you've got to admit, you do get the reaction.
Yeah, you do get the reaction.
This is a great one that's super duper easy. Obviously, Digital Force Pack I do a lot. Toxic I'll do on their phone. Just write on a beer mat or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's a good way to get everyone involved. And then obviously, this bad boy.
Ooh.
Bang. Yeah. Those of you should know what this is.
They're receipts.
They are.
They are from Matthew.
This is Extreme Burn, guys. It's phenomenal. Just put that to one side.
Lovely.
But yeah, that is my they're kind of my go-to ones.
Okay, so let's say that you're in a position where you haven't got your wallet on you, and literally someone says, "Show us a trick," right?
PK Touch. Oh,
the PK Touch.
PK Touch is my go-to. If I haven't got anything, or even if I've got stuff, PK Touch. But also, if I'm at a restaurant, glass through table, don't need anything for that. Just a bit of cojones.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good. I don't know, what stuff are you going for? Because that's kind of the stuff I go for.
Okay, so for me, I always carry my assassin around, and I know that we were talking about this earlier on. You carry yours as well. So if I've got the assassin with me, then I would do something like Hollywood or Bust, which is a fantastic routine for that. But as a rule, things that would involve money. So coins across, for example, I would do that, and I would do something like the Tenkai pennies. So they're two effects that I would choose to do if I can borrow the coins. There's an unpublished effect, as far as I know, it's unpublished, that Ben L showed me probably about 7-8 years ago now. I would use that. I say that. I don't know if it's been published, so please don't send me emails to ask me if it has, because I wouldn't know if that's the case. But I'm sure I can find out. But as far as I'm aware, it's not been published, so that's a really good routine. There's an effect called Calculated Risk by Michael Murray, which also
that's so good. I know you've done that before. That's really good.
So if I remember it, because I'm not always very good at remembering those type of effects, which is basically a PIN revelation on the phone, then I would use that. My piece of advice, in all honesty, is, just have a piece of magic that you're prepared to do should you have nothing. The trouble is that there'll be a lot of magicians out there that would take cards with them. Fair enough, that's valid. They might take their gaff deck with them, or just a deck of cards to be able to do some magic with. But if you're ever put in the position where someone says, "Oh, I'll do some magic," and you genuinely haven't got anything, then you really do need to be prepared, because there is nothing worse than saying to a magician, "I'll show you something," and that magician going, "I haven't really got anything on me," because to that spectator, you're a magician. You should be able to do something. I'm
not gonna lie. I don't carry a deck of cards around on me.
No.
But I don't feel like I have to, because I know I've got a lot of stuff on me.
Yeah.
When you think I've got that, you can do another thing with DFB, PK Touch, and the other version of PK Touch. Yeah. Which is cool. Jamie Dawes does a cool one.
Yeah.
And it is wicked. And basically, can you pop your hand out? It looks like this, right? So every time I do this, drop a ball, or every time you feel the pressure, he'll say, "Can you feel this pressure?" Imagine your eyes are closed. Yeah. Can you feel this pressure? Yeah. Yeah. And then. all right. We'll do it properly. So close your eyes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Tell me if you can feel this pressure.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now, every time you feel that pressure, I want you to close your hand like you're catching an invisible ball.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Got stuck halfway there. There we go. Right? Yeah. You can open your eyes now. Right, literally, it's something like that. Okay? And it is cool. Do you know what I mean? It does feel weird. But stuff like that are really good, and you can go on for ages with them, because everyone wants to know what it feels like.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess what May and Harry are both saying is that you be prepared. One of my favourite books that I posted up recently on my Facebook page on a challenge that Daniel Charder set me was Lifesavers by Michael Webber. And what I love about the book is the fact that Michael quite rightly points out in there that there's no such thing really as impromptu magic. You can always be prepared. You can make it seem impromptu. If you go to a party and you realise that you've not got any props with you, and your girlfriend, partner, wife, whatever says to you, "Oh, you do know that such and such is going to ask you to do some magic tonight," and you haven't got that, then you've got enough time to think in your mind, what can I prepare to do? and Lifesavers has certainly got some great stuff in it to do with that.
Another thing that's normally in my wallet, which to be fair is prepared, but it seems in thingy, will to read.
Yeah, exactly. You keep it in your wallet, and then you're there to go.
And it's literally a folded up bit of paper, half the size of them, if not a quarter of the size. Takes up no room. No reason why it shouldn't just fit in your wallet.
Yeah. So one of the other things that I was going to say is there are some great resources for learning Impromptu Magic if you really want to learn Impromptu Magic. One of those is the Martin Gardner book, the Encyclopedia of Impromptu Magic. It's a big, thick book.
I'm an organ donor.
You're an organ. Well done.
Thank you.
That's
and
good.
I've actually ticked the boxes that I confirmed in my family.
Well, there we go.
There
And it's a big, thick book. If you can get hold of an original copy, brilliant. As I understand, it was reprinted a few years back. I don't know if it was expanded. I think it was expanded as well. But that has some great impromptu stuff in it. What makes it so good is, like any encyclopedia, it has it in order. So if you're looking for magic to do with knives, you go to the K section and you look up knife, and there'll be several tricks to do with knives. If you're looking for tricks to do with water, look at W, water, and there'll be several tricks to do with... yes?
This is another one that's good. If you've got a spoon when you're at a restaurant and you do that one.
Oh yeah, the bending spoon. See, when you start thinking,
when you think, and even ones like that, it's. What?
I'll tell you what, right? There is one other little tip, and this is where I got the idea for the Encyclopedia of Impromptu Magic, the Martin Gardner book, is that I watched Bravura, Paul Daniels' set of DVDs that he released with the Essential Magic collection with Lewis de Matos. And in there, he has a disc that is on Impromptu Magic. So if you go out for dinner and someone says, do a trick, he has a ton of stuff that you can do at the dinner table, a whole loads of different things. And one of the effects in there caught my eye immediately. And he said, if you want to learn how to do it, he teaches you how to do it, but if you want to learn how to do it, and other great impromptu stuff that isn't covered on the DVD, seek out the Martin Gardner book. And it uses a pen.
Right.
All right. So we'll try this out here. We have to be deadly quiet. Do
you want me to try and wiggle this?
We'll try and move this around. And I've actually, all right. This isn't strictly impromptu, but normally you would do this on a table. But I want you to kind of hear this a little bit more. So I have something that will resonate just here. So we will try this. In fact, I will stand up. We don't need the pen lid. And we will try this just here. Ready? We'll try and contact the spirits. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, yeah, it's probably tapping something underneath the table. So I will put my hands up here. Hang on. Oh, let's try one more time. In fact, we'll try just doing this. Hang on.
Oh, there.
Excellent.
That spirit's good at banter.
And the thing is that now I can just hand that out for people to have a look at.
Is that not a spirit pen?
It's a spirit pen. Yes, they're
just
£100. I'm just going to go out and buy a packet of Bic now instead of £100 each. It's a great little trick, right? And I remember when I first learned how to do it. We had several people come into the shop. I showed it to Peter and Dave, and literally I was there doing this, going like that, and people were going, "Oh my god, how does it work? Look." And it's brilliant. And the thing is that you can borrow a pen and you can do it straight away.
Yeah.
And they can examine everything. They can hold onto your hands. They can do whatever they want. They will. It truly is a deceptive piece of impromptu magic.
It's very good.
So when asked, I go in knowing, in the back of my mind, that I could do things like glass through table, like coins across, like the Tenkai pennies, like the thing with the pen, the toner restored napkin, all of those different things.
Another one is brilliant.
Yeah.
Rip up a bit of paper.
Rip up a bit of paper.
Rip up a bit of paper. Right, it's going to be used paper, right, we're not wasting paper. Also, Leo Schmetzer's, is the best at...
This has writing on, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
He's the best at chink-a-chink. I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, see Chinka with the beer bottles.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Sorry, beer bottles. Beer caps.
Ain't he the best at it?
Amazing.
Thanks.
Amazing. So there we go. We got tricks galore. Paper balls overhead. When you start thinking about it, you do actually
so
think
much you can do.
of loads of different things. The only piece of advice that I would give you is this, right? Have them there. Know when to stop. All right. So if someone says do some magic for us and you haven't got anything, right? Because I know there's a danger when you have got props to just keep going and going and going. But when you haven't got the props, and you have this whole thing about, I could do glass through table, coins across, the pen thing, blah, blah, blah. Know when to stop. Yeah. Because the beauty of impromptu magic is the strength of the fact that you're doing it on the spot. And therefore, if you keep going, then it's kind of like, well, you can do anything.
To be fair, I'll do 2. Yeah. I would say.
So you want them to go away going, wow, we saw something special tonight, and if you've got things like PK touches, calculated risk, those sort of things, and strong effects, glass through table is a strong effect when it's presented well, then you're going to have, then you're going to give them that power, and it's going to seem impromptu, and they're going to go away thinking, do you know what? He's brilliant. Just hand him a spoon and he's able to bend it or make it multiply.
I mean, I went out with Lily for dinner, right? And obviously, normal magic gets good reactions and stuff like that. But I done the glass through table and the reactions were ridiculous. And she was like, yeah, but I booked the table. You didn't even book the table. Like, as if I've somehow got a table with a hole in it. Hi, yeah, can I have a table for 2 with a hole in the middle of it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? She's like, I chose where we ate. Do you know what I mean? How does that even cross your mind that where we eat makes a difference? I don't get it. But...
So, on the back of that, 2 last things to leave you on. The year before last was booked to do a wedding at a big country house towards Maidstone, and I got there. I did the gig, and just as I was leaving, the bride said to me, "Can you just do one more trick?" And I packed literally everything away. It was in the car. I had nothing on me, not even any change in my pocket, and I couldn't find anybody that had any change really that was there because they're at a wedding and they're zapping things with their cards. And she said, "Oh, can you just do one more trick?" And there was a big round table. She was sitting on there with her bridesmaids, matron of honour, etc., all sitting around this table. And I noticed to the side there was a trolley that had some tall glasses on and some napkins. So immediately I thought, if I can get at least one object, like a coin or a key or something, I can do glass through table. Mm-hmm. So I did glass through table, right? And collectively, the 12 people that are sitting around this big table got up on their feet and were like, whoa, like that. And people outside that were still in the reception, they could hear this going on. So anyway, I'd done this, got a good reaction. The groom had come in at this point, witnessed me do it, was very appreciative. I left the gig and I went home. A few weeks later, I got an email from one of the people who were at the wedding saying, I want to book you for my son's 18th birthday. It's going to be here. I've only got one stipulation. Everybody was talking about the trick where you put a glass through the table. Could you do the trick with the glass through the table? And I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, no worries. Kind of know what's happening now, but that's fine. So I went along, I did the normal magic that I would do, and then at one point in the evening, I had the birthday boy, I went and sat down next to him, and I did glass through table. A few weeks after that, I got a call from the person that had booked me for the wedding that I was at, and said, I'm having a party next year for our first anniversary. Could you come along and entertain guests? There's only one stipulation. Could you do the glass through table? Because everybody was talking about it. And so one impromptu effect, had rippled, and I got 3 bookings, or I had 2 further bookings out of that, and it became one of those things that now I don't dismiss the power of. I really don't. And
that's another big thing as well, is that the fact you didn't say, oh, everything's put away now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, even if you were there for an extra 10 or 20 minutes, it's such a big difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah. On the back of that, me saying about know when to stop, there's just one other bit of advice. Right, well, because I'm on a bit of a roll. One other bit of advice, and I'm sure Harry will agree with me on this. When you're asked to do a bit of magic, if you've got some things prepared, don't be tempted to do a puzzle, right? And by that, I don't mean don't be tempted to, if someone says, oh, could you show us something, not show them a bit of magic and then say, oh, I've got this really cool thing where, look, you hold it between your hand and then you do this and it ends up on top. And then you get them to do it. Or I'm going to drop this piece, what's heavier or lighter, and you do all the puzzle things. Because as cool as they are and as clever as most of them are, I think that those people will feel a bit cheated.
I feel they'll feel a bit deflated.
Yeah, because you've asked them to do a bit of magic and you basically have copped out a little bit by going, well, I haven't got any magic to show you, but I can show this really clever puzzle.
Although, this isn't a magic trick or really a puzzle. I saw John Kerry, I know he probably didn't do it anyway, but I saw John Kerry do it. I literally did it at football and it's, you know when you can't got no fingernails.
Oh, yeah.
Got creased up reaction, I'm not even lying.
Yeah, well, I can understand those sort of things are
but I won't do that.
What I mean is when you're presented, this is kind of done as a bit of a gag.
Exactly,
but when you're presented with, show us a bit of magic, and you go, I'll tell you what, let me show you this, and you do the thing with the tumblers where you've got to reorientate them, or how do you make the matchsticks? They're great, they're very clever, and I'm not saying don't do them totally. If you're going to do that, and then maybe 2 other strong magic effects, but don't just do that because it does come across a little bit of a cop out.
Really?
Yeah, and I think they feel cheated.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all I've got to say on the subject. That was pretty cool, Harry.
Pretty cool.
So check out the items I've talked about, or we've talked about. Check out things like the PK Touch type routines. Check out the Encyclopedia of Improper Magic if you can get hold of a copy, and Bravura as well.
Got another one.
You'll love them.
Imagine you're a girl.
Right.
I'll see a trick.
Can I see a trick, please?
Yeah, alright. See a deck of cards.
Yeah.
Red cards and black cards.
Yeah.
What cards?
Black.
Stumble at the first hurdle. Normally, I would say red, right?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do this one.
So, I'd rather do a puzzle. Shall I do a puzzle instead? I put your hands on this. No, honestly, I would say 8 out of 10 times, if you ask a girl to think of a card, she'll say Queen of Hearts, and then he's holding a Queen of Hearts.
Yeah. So there we go. But this raises a point on its own that you could take advantage of something that happens. Or you could carry something maybe in your wallet like Twisted Sisters and go into that.
The Twisted Sisters is so good.
Yeah. So all we're saying is that if you genuinely haven't got stuff, it's always worth being prepared. So on that note, we'll get another Harry versus Andy challenge.
I like this one because it kind of is more of a category.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it as well.
Yeah.
So
I like it a lot.
Phil Craven, congratulations on submitting this to us. Send in your address and we will get a set of Academy Elites out in the post to you. And that is all for today's Harry versus Andy challenge. We're not going to tell you what next week's one is because we're still sifting through some that have come in. But we'll have one for next week. Ooh. So we have an Academy coming up. By the time you see this, by the time you see this, Jan Hardy's Academy will be imminent. That's what I meant to say.
Yep.
So I am extremely excited about this.
I'm excited for this because can you tell them what his background is?
Yeah, so Jan is a reformed card cheat. So when you hear about people that go into casinos and games in people's houses, those sort of things, and they fleece people for money, that was Jan in a former life. He doesn't do that now. He is...
Watch him come here and do it to us.
Yeah, quite. Watch your wallets. No, it won't be like that at all. The man is now a consultant for casinos. He uses his knowledge to consult for casinos to protect that sort of thing from happening. He's a lovely, lovely man. He's so quiet and demure, very softly spoken. But trust me, he is... one person that you get a deck of cards in front of him, he is unbelievable. He really is.
We've got an academy on a former card cheat. If that doesn't make you think bloody hell, then I don't know.
That's it.
Isn't that sick?
Yeah, and it's important to remember that Jan is going to be talking about techniques that come from the card table that he has taken and applied to magic effects. There will be some gambling related material there. but he will also show you how the techniques that he's taken from the card table can be implemented into Classics and Magic. So things like the Biddle trick, for example, he has a lovely version of that uses unconventional techniques. There is some work on sandwich type effects, again using unconventional techniques. So it really is going to be a academy that is going to be eye-opening, I think.
And if any of you've got any kind of questions, if you want to get into poker, maybe one of the questions, if you join live, can be show us your poker face.
Well, yeah, quite, yeah.
If any of you, honestly, take advantage.
Yeah, well, and this is exactly what the academies are about. They are about using the resources that are in front of you to the best of your advantage.
1,000,000%.
So, Jan's Academy is next week, which is the 11th and 12th of September. It's a 2-day course. It's currently on a special early bird price. So getting quick because that price will be going up. Once it's filmed, if you can't make it live on the night, which I hope you can, if you can't make it live on the night, then it will be recorded. It will go into your accounts normally within 24 hours afterwards once it's been uploaded and stuff.
And we updated our site now, so you can download it in any quality you want. So if you've got really slow Wi-Fi, then you can download it in lower quality. And obviously, if you want to get it in Ultra HD, then you can get it in high quality.
Excellent. Okay.
Lovely.
So check out Jan's Academy from the card table to the Magic World, which is going to be airing at 7 p.m. UK time next week.
Oh.
Yes. So, Harry.
Yeah.
We're going to finish on something that I feel has gone a bit under the radar a little bit. Yeah. Which is this. Sean Goodman's Genetics 2.
Genetics 2. It is fantastic. I don't know how many times I've done this at Blackpool, but every time got a great reaction.
Okay.
It's really funny. Super duper easy as well.
Okay. You're going to perform it?
Do you want me to perform it?
I would love you to perform it. This is Harry performing Genetics 2.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
That was rather bold.
You're right. Jesus Christ, who am I?
Well,
joking, I'm just
that'll
calling
be
you. How are we, first of all?
Yeah, good.
Good, lovely. Do any of you guys notice that you get ads pop up on your phone? Like if we talk about Capri Sun, in about a week or two, a Capri Sun image will pop up on Facebook or something like that.
I have noticed.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe,
It's proper weird. I kind of have been researching into this, and I've kind of got a basic experiment to do with that. Right. But this isn't as targeted as the Facebook ads are, because I don't know what your interests are and what your interests are. All right.
Okay.
It's just going to be tailored towards what may stand out to you guys.
Okay.
All right.
Saw it in a magazine, but I've already kind of fallen at the first hurdle. So I've got 2 lads here. I need 1 girl, 1 boy. Who wants to be a girl?
Me.
Straight up.
Yeah, it's like, I'll do it.
You've done it before, obviously.
Yeah.
So you're a female.
I am.
You got to think like a female.
Okay.
Talk like a female.
Okay. Won't be hard.
That's not it, is it? Bloody scary female, this one. Right, so anyway, we've got a lady this side and a male this side, okay? Just think about images that will stand out.
Okay.
Shuffle all the cards up for me. Yeah. Give them a proper good mixy. And then pass them over to Theodore.
Theodore.
I couldn't think of a girl's name that sounds like Thea.
Thea, yeah. Why did you
That's
just go with
nice.
Thea?
It's really good. Thank you, Thea.
Yep.
So I'm going to go through the
Theodora.
images. Yeah, Theodora. That's a good one.
Even better.
Even better. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to go through the images, alright? I'm not going to say too much about them. But I might kind of pause on one and mix them up a little bit, alright? But just take them in. Take in the images. Oh, a little mouse. Little mouse. Andy's panties. I'm joking, they're not Andy's. They're Theodora's. Oh, scary spider.
Scary spider, yeah.
Theo's eyeing up the snake. iPhone. Are you an iPhone or a Samsung person?
iPhone.
Are you iPhone?
Mm-hmm.
I'm really proud of you for that because
You are as well.
I don't like Samsungs. Big chopper for you, Theo.
Good old chopper.
Right, so we've ended on this one, alright?
Yep.
Hair curlers.
Yeah.
Andy.
He's got more hair than me, so she's got more hair than me.
Thank you. Right, you got to really get into it. So, Andy, do you want the hair colours, yes or no?
No.
No, okay, so we'll get rid of them. Bear in mind, you do need to have some cards at the end, alright? I'm not going to judge you on the first one, because you didn't know.
Okay.
Theo, do you want the matches?
No.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You want the big chopper?
I do want the chopper, yeah.
Hunky fireman?
Yeah, why not?
Oh! You're the man. I'm joking. Do you want the nurse? Sexy nurse?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Do you want the lipstick?
No.
That's your shade. They're kind of actually similar colour to your t-shirt. Are you sure?
There's nothing like my t-shirt. I definitely don't want it.
Okay. Ball?
No, I'm alright.
Sure.
Yes.
Toothbrush?
Yep.
Oh, straight in there.
No. No.
Come on,
No,
man.
I don't want those.
Okay, Theodore.
Yeah.
iPhone, yeah.
Yeah.
Cucumber?
Yeah.
But no, bite my head off. Toilet roll?
No.
Nah.
No.
Sure?
Yeah.
Hygienic?
No.
Oh. Plug of chips?
Yeah.
Yeah? Can I bet you a take that?
Why not?
Bit of joke.
Pretty cat.
Little puddy cat?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah. That's so cute. Snake?
No.
Rattlesnake?
No.
Do you not like
He
snake?
was very definite, wasn't he?
No,
I don't want the pink Cadillac thing.
that's a stretch.
limo.
Alright, you can have it in any colour you want.
No.
Sure you don't want it?
No.
Bloody hell. Right, bucket and spade.
Yes.
Wine
Yep.
glass. Oh,
No.
no?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, you like the big trunk, didn't you?
No.
Pantalones? A little
Yes.
mouse?
Yes.
A rat?
Yes.
You still want the rat?
That's the
Bloody hell,
one.
normally puts people off.
Yeah.
You don't want that, do you?
I like
I want
pizza.
You want pizza?
Yeah.
Teddy bear?
No.
Oh, look, it's cute. Can I have a hug? That's what you just said. And
No.
then the clown. You don't want the clown?
No.
Okay. So, look, obviously, we've gone through, alright? We've eliminated some. Why didn't you want the panties?
I didn't. They're not my shade.
Okay. Then we got snake. Are you sure you didn't want the snake?
I don't want the snake.
Alright, okay. Well, what I didn't show you guys was the backs.
Okay.
Alright? Because on the back of these are kind of boy, girl things. What are they called?
Man and female signs.
Man
so-
and female signs, alright? But you can see they're a complete jumble mess, yeah?
Yeah.
These are the ones that you chose to discard. But, Andy, let's see how you done. Turn over your cards that you chose to keep.
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah. They would be mine.
All yours, which must mean, if this is worked
There's
correctly,
no way.
let's see if you're really a girl in that head. Go on.
Ah.
Yes. So,
It seems
yeah,
like-
there it is.
If you didn't pick the big chopper, it might have been all different.
Oh.
That's all I'm going to say, wasn't it? But anyway, thanks, geezers and ladettes.
Brilliant. Well done. That is an amazing
isn't it?
effect. Yeah.
It's really good. It reminds me of what's the Galaxian. Reminds me a bit of that.
Uh-huh.
And it's really, really good because it's just a kicker. And obviously, given my age, I can't say some of the gags that are included in that. Well, that are included. That you can say with some of the images in there. But a lot of the people can get away with them. I wouldn't be able to because I feel like it would come across cocky.
Yeah.
Especially when most of the time I'm doing tricks to my mum.
Fair
Not
enough.
great.
Yeah,
Not
wouldn't-
great.
Yeah, probably not the best usage.
No, but they are. It's wicked. It kind of, when I perform it, it kind of allows them to kind of put the pieces together. Do you know what I mean? I don't have to say it for them to think it. And as I said, it's a proper powerful trick.
Yeah.
You get them to shuffle them right at the start. Don't do any funny business.
Yeah, it is a good trick, and I think strength sometimes in tricks comes from a lot more from the presentation than the method. And that's not to say that the methods aren't sometimes clever or unique or anything like that, but you don't have to look for complicated methods to give you great effect.
Definitely.
And this has a very direct method, and it has a very direct effect as well. And that, I think, is the hallmark, in a lot of instances, of good magic.
Direct yet falling.
Yeah,
You've got to admit, it's
exactly.
quite falling.
Yeah,
Also, sorry, going back to last week, if you've got the right audience, you can. So it would be a good couple trick.
Yes.
Providing they're got the right persona.
Yeah, no, quite. So that's Genetics 2 by Sean Goodman. They are in stock. Check them out on our website now.
Bosh.
So that's it for today. Thank you once again for joining us on the Alakazam Video Blog. We do like to hear back from people, so if you have any feedback, please send it in to us. We're always up for that. And if you have any reviews, if there's anything you want us to talk about, then please just let us know, and we will do our best to cover that subject.
I really want to, guys. I feel like if you're going to send in bits and bobs, can you? Well, not can you? It would be wicked if we could have more stuff that's kind of this related.
Yes.
You know what I mean, there's kind of a topic, like maybe even like what's your best trick with a watch?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or something like that. Or if you're not
it's great to hear. It's great to have things like could you both show us your take on the ambitious card? But it is just our take on the ambitious card. Whereas I think what Harry's getting at is that subject matter, like magic that we would perform at weddings, impromptu magic, what would we do if we were to do magic for blind people, for example? You know, those sort of things. They generate a lot more sort of topical conversation. So yeah,
this isn't even that bad, but I did do a gig for a kind of elderly crowd. And to be fair, it's not bad. I don't know why I'm saying this. Use DMCs. Yeah. And it feels like I'm looking right. I feel like I'm cheating them, but I can't see anyway.
No, I don't think you're cheating them at all.
No.
So if you have any subjects you want us to talk about, then by all means send them in. The email address is sales@alakazam.co.uk, or you can call us on the phone as well. We're always there on the phone, or the live chat. Always take advantage of the live chat as well. So it only leaves me to say thank you so much again for joining us. It's been a great vlog again with Harry. If you like the items, check them out on our website. If you have any questions, then please get in touch. But on behalf of myself and Harry, just like to say have a great week, and we will see you next time on the Alakazam Video Blog.
Toodaloo. Right, Andy, I've got the sickest puzzle if you want to do.